We begin tonight with developing news on a Target 12 investigators exclusive we first broke back in 2011.
Today, the Providence Retirement Board voted to reinstate the accidental disability pension of retired firefighter John Sauro.
Those benefits had been suspended in the wake of our undercover investigation, which caught Sauro vigorously pumping iron despite being deemed too injured to work.
Target 12 investigator Tim White is live in the newsroom now with the developing details.
As you will hear the chairman of the retirement board explain, this is a process, and this case is still being reviewed by the city. The Providence Retirement Board suspended retired firefighter John Sauro's accidental disability pension in December 2013. The city took the action because officials say he refused to see a doctor to have his injury recertified, violating a city ordinance.
All in favor, please say aye.
On Wednesday, the chairman of the retirement board says Sauro went to the doctor in December. After meeting behind closed doors for about an hour,
Chairman Mancini.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Hull.
Aye. The board voted to reinstate his pension. Board Chairman Lawrence Mancini says that's because Sauro was no longer in violation of the city ordinance requiring him to get his injury checked out again.
It was a matter of first compliance, and if some additional information was forthcoming, that information has been referred to the medical subcommittee.
More to look at.
Correct.
What is unclear is the results from the medical examination.
Can you provide what that new information was?
Information was provided to the city solicitor and the Office of Personnel. It is confidential because it involves medical issues, and probably at a later date it can be discussed, but at this time it would probably be most advisable not to discuss the matter.
The board will review those results at a meeting next month. Sauro has been collecting a tax-free accidental disability pension since 2000 for a shoulder injury he says he got on the job. In 2011, this Target 12 undercover video showed him lifting weights and conducting strenuous workouts repeatedly at a local gym. Sauro receives $3,900 a month in pension payments. Now, Mayor Jorge Elorza released a statement that reads in part, "As with many who have watched this matter unfold in recent years, I was appalled by Mr. Sauro's abuse of the public disability system. It is my understanding that today's decision by the retirement board was a procedural step and a matter that remains ongoing." Now, a member of Sauro's legal team tells me he is pleased by the board's vote, and they will now determine where to go from here. Keep in mind, Sauro filed suit against the city last year. New at 6 o'clock, we examine if the city has to pay Sauro back for the time his pension was suspended. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.
First major developments in a Target 12 investigators exclusive.
The Providence Retirement Board has reinstated the disability pension of John Sauro, who was seen in Target 12 undercover video weightlifting and vigorously working out at a local gym.
This case has been working its way through the city for years, and our report reshaped pension policy in Providence forever.
Target 12 investigator Tim White is here now with the details.
The chairman of the retirement board tells me this case is not closed. They reinstated John Sauro's pension because he agreed to have his injury checked out by a doctor. The next step is to review that exam. In December 2013, the Providence Retirement Board suspended the accidental disability pension of retired firefighter John Sauro. He had been collecting the tax-free pension since 2000 for a shoulder injury he says he got on the job. In 2011, this Target 12 undercover video showed him lifting weights and conducting strenuous workouts repeatedly at a local gym.
It was a unanimous vote.
Retirement Board Chairman Lawrence Mancini says because Sauro agreed to see a Massachusetts doctor in December, he was no longer in violation of a city ordinance.
Chairman Mancini.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Hull.
Aye.
And the board voted to reinstate his pension.
I think they all saw it in the same light, that it was a matter of first compliance, and if some additional information was forthcoming, that information has been referred to the medical subcommittee.
More to look at.
Correct.
Next month, the board will then review the results of the medical examination. For now, Sauro is once again receiving roughly $3,900 a month in pension payments. Mancini says the city won't have to pay Sauro back for the year the pension was suspended.
He will have a payment effective December 23rd, 2014, prorated for the month of December and paid through this month.
Not for that entire year because he didn't comply.
That is correct.
A member of Sauro's legal team says they are pleased with the board's vote. He wouldn't say what was in the city's medical exam, but says the results conflict with findings from a doctor of Sauro's choosing.
Mayor Jorge Elorza released a statement that reads in part, "As with many who have watched this matter unfold in recent years, I was appalled by Mr. Sauro's abuse of the public disability system. It is my understanding that today's decision by the Retirement Board was a procedural step in a matter that remains ongoing." The mayor went on to say that his administration is committed to the integrity of the retirement process. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.